Hello, students. This is our first session of Chapter 6, The Girl with Magic Eyes. Students, as the title of the chapter says, this is a story of a magic that happens with a girl. But why, when, and for what? To get these answers, we need to read this story. So, let's begin. Devi and Riya were very close friends. They spent a lot of time together. In the class, they sat together. During lunch time, they ate together. And in the evenings, they played together. They shared everything. There was no secret between them. In short, Devi and Riya were best friends. Children, as you share everything with your best friend, Devi also shared everything with Riya. One day, when Devi was going home after playing with Riya, she met a strange man just outside her house. The man looked tired. He asked Devi, "My child, can you give me some water?" That means Devi met a stranger and he asked to give him some water. Children, imagine what will happen to you if a stranger suddenly comes near you and asks for something. Naturally, you will get a little scared. So, same thing happened with Devi. Devi looked at him and was slightly scared, means little scared. The man looked frightening with his long beard and torn clothes. He had black eyes which seemed to hold her. She looked at him for a few seconds without saying anything. That means Devi was so scared that she stared at him continuously. The man again said, "Dear child, please give me water. I am very thirsty." Devi shivered. That means she shook in fear as she listened to his voice. Slowly, she checked her bag. Her water bottle was in the bag and it was full. Nervously, she held it out to him and said, "Here you are." That means Devi gave her water bottle to that man. He almost snatched the water bottle and drank all the water in seconds. That means the man was so thirsty that it took him no time to finish the water bottle. Then the man returned the water bottle to her and said, "Thank you, dear. You are an angel. Why don't you ask me for something? I can give you anything you want." Now the man was so happy to drink the water from Devi's bottle that he asked her for anything she wanted. But Devi said, "Ask you for something? Why should I? I don't want anything." Here we can see that Devi was scared and at the same time she was surprised because the man was telling her to ask for something. Then the man said, "Come on, child, don't waste my time. I am a very busy person, you know. Be quick. Think of something you want. I can give you anything you ask for. That means the man now forced her to ask for something. Devi was surprised. She wondered if he could give anything she wants. Why did he ask her for water? But she was too scared to ask him about that. That means Devi was thinking that if that man could give her anything, then why did he ask for water? Why he could not bring water for himself? So she said, I don't think I need anything. My mother has told me not to take anything from a stranger. Besides, I don't want to ask for anything in return for the water I gave you. That means Devi was scared, but she was alert. She remembered that her mother had told her not to talk to strangers. The man looked happy. He said, very well, you are a well behaved child who remembers her mother's words. You also have a helping nature. So, I'm going to give you magic eyes. That means that man was very happy knowing that Devi obeys her mother and she is helpful too. So, he promises her to give her magic eyes. Devi said, magic eyes? I have never heard of any magic eyes. That means Devi was not ready to believe that one can have even magic eyes. The man smiled and said, well, you have them now. As soon as he said this, he disappeared. That means the old man had already given her magic eyes. Devi was stunned. That means she was shocked. She just stood there like a statue for a few moments. Then she ran towards her house. Now, children, what will you do if you are scared? Obviously, you will go to your elders, right? So, what did Devi do? Let's see. Devi reached the house and rang the doorbell till her mother opened the door. As soon as she saw her mother, she threw away her bag and hugged her tightly. Her mother was surprised. She said, what happened, Devi? Any problem? Calm down and tell me. That means her mother also came to know that Devi is scared and she has something to tell. Devi said, I have got magic eyes. What? What do you mean by magic eyes? Said her mother. So Devi said, I don't know. I met a stranger near our house. He asked for water and I gave it to him. He has given me magic eyes. Now Devi told everything to her mother about that man. Her mother looked worried. I don't know what you are talking about. Haven't I asked you not to talk to strangers? How can somebody give you magic eyes? Your eyes look the same to me. I don't see magic in them. That means Devi's mother first shouted at her for talking to a stranger, and then she could not notice any change in Devi's eyes. She could not see any magic in them. Devi did not say anything. She played for some time, watched TV, did her homework, had her dinner, and went to bed. That means she did all her regular activities for the whole day. Then she went to bed. She had a strange dream that night. She saw two beautiful eyes in front of her. The eyes were blue like the sea. Now, children, can you imagine what Devi saw in those blue eyes? She could see the whole city inside the eyes. She entered into the eyes and started walking through a street. She saw a shop full of chocolates and biscuits. Her mouth started watering. She said, "Please come to me, chocolates." As she kept on looking at the chocolates, a ray of light came out of her eyes and touched the chocolates. Immediately, they started floating in the air and came towards her. That means in her dream, Devi saw that she really had magic eyes, and with those magic eyes, she could get anything she wanted. She asked chocolates to come near her, and a ray from her eyes caught the chocolates and brought them near her. She caught the chocolates and dropped them in her bag. She made a mountain of chocolates and sat on top of them. That means Devi liked chocolates so much that in her dream, through her magic eyes, she made a chocolate mountain and sat on it. When she woke up in the morning, she remembered her dream and smiled to herself. Now, do you know, children, why Devi smiled to herself? Because she knew that her dream cannot be real. She went to the bathroom and looked at the toothbrush. She smiled to herself and said, "Please come to me, toothbrush." And to her surprise, she could see the light from eyes in the mirror. It touched the toothbrush, lifted it gently, and moved it towards her. The brush almost started brushing her. That means when Devi called the toothbrush, her magic eyes really started working. A ray of light came from her eyes and caught the brush and started brushing her teeth. Here, Devi was not holding the toothbrush in her hand. That means she really got magic in her eyes. She caught hold of it and looked at it in the shock. That means Devi immediately caught the toothbrush and started brushing. She brushed her teeth washed her face, and looked at the towel. Then she thought, let me try once more. That means she wanted to test the magic once again. She said, please come to me, towel. This time, when the light touched the towel and sent it flying towards her, she was ready to catch it. That means this time also, when she called the towel near her, it flew towards her. She ran to her mother and said, Mummy, Mummy, look at my magic eyes. Before her mother could understand what she was saying, a number of things were floating in the air in the kitchen. That means here we can say that Devi wanted her mother to know that she had really got magic eyes. She must have started calling all the utensils one by one. Therefore, her mother saw all the things started floating in the air in the kitchen. Now, children, I'm sure this story is further going to be really interesting. But we are ending our today's session here. We will continue this story in the next session. Till then, you keep guessing what will happen next. Thank you.